So, you just ran.
Yeah.
Fartlek is a Swedish word for speed play. It's like an unstructured speed workout. It's great for beginners because there's no determined distance that you have to do. You don't have to start with half-mile repeats. You don't have to start with a full loop around the track repeat, but you're slowly increasing your speed and then you're taking a rest for about that same amount of distance. And you can do as many repeats as you want. We recommend you start slow, maybe 2 to 4, but at least once a week to help you increase your speed. Fartlek workouts will help you run a little bit faster in the long run because you're challenging a different system of your body, and those longer runs that you're doing at that slower speed will start to become a little bit easier over time.
VO2 max test is a good way to determine a subject's cardiovascular fitness by looking at how well a body can transport and use oxygen during exercise. The VO2 max number will be expressed in milliliters per kilogram per minute when on a treadmill. It's the way the blood is using oxygen and transporting to the muscles that are using that oxygen. So the higher a VO2 max test can get, the higher the number they can get, the better their body is at transferring and using the oxygen during that exercise test. As you get into the more elite populations, as far as athletics are concerned, they'll be reaching more of a 80 VO2 max or even up into the 92s for cross-country skiers and so on and so forth. During a VO2 max test, we're going to have them hooked up to a machine that will look at the gases coming in and out of the system through the mouth. We'll be looking at how much carbon dioxide is being expelled from the body and how much oxygen is being used by the body. And by looking at the comparison between those two, we can figure out how much oxygen is being used and transported, and that's where the VO2 max number will come from. We'll look at their heart rate to make sure they've reached a true heart rate max, and a lot of times we'll base that on a predicted heart rate, which is usually 220 minus their age. We'll also look at how they're feeling throughout the test. We'll be asking them on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being extremely tired, can't go any further, 1 being not tired at all. A lot of times in research we'll do a pre-test, have them do some type of exercise intervention for a couple weeks, and then have them come back for a post-test VO2 max and to see how well they improved in their exercise capacity, or if they didn't improve by being sedentary for those 8 weeks or however long you had that intervention for. We can look at how well things changed over that time frame.
What is VO2 max testing? You may have seen high-performance athletes hooked up to tubes and riding to exhaustion on a bike, but what does that type of test mean for the average weekend warrior? Essentially, VO2 max is a measure of how efficiently your heart and lungs work together to deliver oxygen to the working muscles. From a VO2 max test, we are able to determine your fitness level, training zones, and are even able to predict finishing times for endurance events.
The Cooper 12-minute run is a popular maximal running test of aerobic fitness. There are several other variations of running or the walking tests. The purpose is to test the aerobic fitness or the ability of the body to use oxygen to power it whilst running. The equipment required is a flat oval or running track, marking cones, recording sheets and a stopwatch. The procedure is to place markers at set intervals around the track to aid it in measuring the completed distance. Participants run for 12 minutes and the total distance covered is recorded. Walking is allowed, although participants must be encouraged to push themselves as hard as they can.
The beep test is a 20-meter shuttle run activity done in conjunction with audio instructions. When setting up the beep test course, pylons are placed 20 meters apart, either in a gym or on a field or playground surface. To begin the beep test, students wait for the audio track to begin. Once they hear the first beep, they run from one end of the course to the next and rest.
Start level 1-1.
Students continue with the test until they can no longer keep up to the beeps of 2 consecutive intervals. As each student completes the beep test, the teacher or coach will record their last successful level. The beep test is a great group activity, a fun way to measure and improve your fitness goals.